Okay, got it. And here comes Sam. Okay, awesome. Okay, good morning, everybody. Wow, this is an exciting one. Rob Gearing here, owner of the TL2I Cash Mailer, leader of Team Massive Success, and you are here at the Massive Success webinar, 11 a.m. Eastern Time or 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time on the 24th of January of 2024. And today, our topic is about finding your forever home in your home business. And this is huge. This is really a huge topic. So, I really want everybody to pay attention, take notes, share this content with your team. We want to get this message out there, really hard. You feel free that you can then, do your own recording or YouTube video about what you took from this and put that out there. And we all tag each other. And this is the vision of how I'm seeing we can really make some impact. We have to get the word out, right? If you don't get the word out, nobody knows. That's how people get excited about things, and that's how things go viral. So we want things to go viral. We want you to go viral as well. We want us all to go viral because it's a team. It's a team effort. So, without further ado, though, I am going to log into the cash mailer. If you're not a member of the TL2I cash mailer, or traffic leads to income, we call it, don't worry about the cash mailer label. Think of this as a marketing system because that's what's inside here, along with some great advertising. So, we're going to go ahead and log in. And if you're not a member, please get back to the person who invited you to this webinar, or just go to the TL2icashmailer.com. But I prefer that you go back to the person who invited you. So we are maintaining downline integrity and giving people credit for spreading the word. So let's get and log in. Because this is where the story always begins, right? This is where my story begins. And this is where our story begins, is Team Massive Success. So let me just change that password because I know that's not right. It's one for my admin panel. So that's one I can't remember. So I have to leave that maintained. So that's the story there for those who watch this week after week. All right. Do I want to take the daily deal? Well, I'm an MSF mod level member. I get 10,000 credits offered to me per day, right? And we just added an unbelievable feature. I'll do a quick plug for this unbelievable feature. If you can get yourself to the MSF mod level, you not only get this, just you'll be immersed with free advertising. So I'm going to take this deal. See, I'm just going to hit pay with commissions. There's no cost, complete purchase, and I've got another 10,000 in the kitty. And there, hey, Chris, there's the login spotlight ad. So that did come up. All right. So that's actually subscribed to me on YouTube. We're going to probably be fixing this page up and adding some elements soon. But in case you didn't know, that's me. And I'd like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's the intention. And all my mailings right now, when I hit auto send, now this is for MSF mod members only. It's worth the investment, though, because look what happens. This is automatic, guys. Look at this. Set up auto send mails 7 days a week, each day. So I could do different offers here. I just wrote different letters and different subject lines for my YouTube channel or my YouTube splash page, which takes people to, because I want to get to 1,000 subscribers and I'm only about 5 away, I think. So that's one of my goals. And then I can reevaluate what I'm doing with my YouTube to try to go viral. But look at that. It's so easy to set up, right? If you've done a letter or mailing at TL2I, it's just like, it's the same thing, except you're just putting in your letters for the whole week and just saving them, right, and choosing your parameters and options, right, just like you do any other mail. It's that darn simple. So to get to the MSF mod level, just go ahead and hit the buy traffic upgrade button, and go ahead, and I have easy financing via PayPal. You can get a 6-month no interest situation here and become a lifetime member and a supporter of Team Massive Success. And you can also do it on a credit card too, or commissions if you've got that. I don't think anybody has that much commissions. But anyway, you will someday. But yeah, I like the PayPal option. We're one of the few in the Prowl that actually can still run that badge because we run the business the right way. And then we are able to offer that financing option along with the credit card option. So anyway, that's a little plug for that. But today we're talking about the downline builder, right? And when we hit downline builder, you go right to the things that I recommend and the things that you recommend are a part of this. Now you have the ability as a JV or higher member to basically delete anything that I recommend other than Wow app, right? Because that's such a little program that's such a big impactor on our training, and it's part of our instructions. It's required. But if you don't like Wow App, I'd like to know why, because it pays you to use it and communicate with your team and your members and your leads. We have people that are calling Australia to connect with people and have had success calling Australia with this super cheap international calling that they offer. So it's a multi-layered thing. I don't put things up just for fun. I put things up that are functional for your business or for your pleasure, because you can get paid to play games and online shopping and things like that. So I don't really, when I talk about my 5 pillars today, um, Wow App would be okay on that, but it's not really what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on what we more call the primary business opportunities. So we look at our downline builder, and your downline builder may be a little different. You may not be running some of these recommendations. You may have your own business that you have in here, or maybe you have a couple. But please don't fall into like having 17 primary businesses. It's very, I will say I've been a multiple streams of income guy for a long time. I'm gonna stop scrolling here in a second. I've been a multiple streams of income guy for a long time, and it's very tricky. And you have to know what you're doing, and you have to be careful, because you come off sometimes, if you don't do it right, as just a shiny object seeker, make quick money off your team, and move on to something else. And that's not what I advocate. The only reason why in my career I've changed things around was because things either didn't quite go as they should have, or I found something better. And that's why this webinar came about. Let's talk about where we're at today. The past is the past, and we can reflect on things. But I want to look at a couple of opportunities here, or we're looking at our downline, but I'll reveal some findings at the end. But I want to talk about the 5 pillars of choosing your forever home business, because a lot of us have found one, right? A lot of us here today have found one, and maybe you have too, and maybe it's not the same thing, and that's okay. I'm not here to have everybody in the world be part of my Team Massive Success in certain programs or part of my downline. I'm here to educate and help. That's what TL2I does. It puts on a neutral hat. I'm Switzerland when I talk TL2I, with a little bit of influence. Maybe I can't help it. I'm a passionate guy, and I love the things that I love. But that's our most neutral position that we take. That's why we come at you from that position every week, Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So please, if you're seeing us on a stream, just share it. Let's get some exposure. I appreciate that. Share it, get it out there, and this will also be uploaded to YouTube soon. So the first pillar, when you're looking at a business, take a look at the company. Are they debt free? What's their track record? How long have they been around? Okay. So that's important information. So there are upstarts, and that's okay. I'm not saying that you got to start somewhere. Every company, TL2I had to start from someone believing in me at some point, which puts me into point number 2, the owner. Do you know the owner? Can you talk to the owner? Have you talked to the owner? Have you researched and looked them up? Have you done all that due diligence? And my criteria at my level, where I'm at in my business, I want to be able to have them on speed dial. I want to be able to talk to them, whether it be phone, Wow App, Facebook Messenger. Um, and when I look at my lineup here, in my lineup, and you can look at your lineup in your downline builder, but Wow App is one I don't have a speed dial to the owner. I'm not even sure who owns it. So that's one I will say, but I'm not worried about that one. But Crypto Team Build is Marty Bostic. Definitely have him on speed dial. Got Backup is Joel Tarian. Have him on Facebook Messenger. We've talked. Great Life Worldwide, Greg Gunderson. I have him on multiple speed dials. That's our new edition that we're super excited about. And Genesis Lifestyle is Jared Myers, who I have on multiple speed dials as well. So check that box. I can check that box pretty much for what I have in my downline builder. You have to feel like you want to check that box too. The owner is very important. Know, like, and trust, track record, being able to talk to them. If I wanted to do a webinar on one of these things specifically, I could make that happen. It could take a little while to pencil it into their schedule. We know that Greg from Great Life Worldwide came and addressed Team Massive Success and was like, "Oh my God, yeah! When can we do this?" So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So again, we're going down, we're checking the boxes here. Now we're to number 3, products and value. Very important. You have to go down to each one and you have to really think about what are the products, because it's not a business if it doesn't have products. That's why it's before the comp plan. That's why it's number 3 in the 5 pillars of your business. Um, because it's illegal and a scam if there are issues product wise, or it's so flimsy that it's like a piece of saran wrap with a big giant comp plan. We might as well just do gifting and call it a day. Like I will send Chris money, and then Chris will send somebody money, and blah blah blah. No, we're not doing that, of course, because that's illegal. But so then we can put a flimsy product in front of that and maybe try to pass that through. But products are very, very important, whether they be um, advertising, whether it be advertising, whether they be communication, whether they be like a got backup with the data. I mean, I think something that will back up all your pictures, your files. That's pretty solid, right? Great Life Worldwide, great nutritional and digital products. That's something you can sink your teeth in, literally. Trust me. I just had an energy drink, and this is why I'm like I am right now. It's really working anyway. Um, and then what's the next one here? And digital, back to digital products. So, yeah, I mean, but you have to understand the offering, and then it's about value. Now, value could be a little confusing because there is such a thing as perception of value. If somebody feels like something is a value, then it's a value, right? Who are we to judge? When I worked in retail, and we ran sales, so we had the comforter. It was regular price $100. But on sale for the 1-day sale, it would be $29.99. So one of my guys, but I'm getting much more gross margin if I sell it at 100. And one of my guys that I was coaching and training at the time said, he said, well, why don't you just tell the people to wait for the 1-day sale? Well, I'm like, that's not how selling works, my friend. And he was a little resistant. He was one of those people who've been around a long time, but I gave my speech about perception of value. And I remember the day he came back to me, he says, you know what? I think the light bulb finally came on. I understand what you're saying about perception of value. That person needed that comforter, $100. They looked at it, they felt the quality, boom. Right. So, the reason I give that story is it's a hard one to explain. Value is in it's in the eye of the beholder. So we offer choices and options, and we let people make that determination. We don't influence them. We don't look at price all the time either. We don't say that such and such is overly priced. Well, how do you know? Have you done the research? Do you know the quality level? I can go for nutritional, for example. I can go to Walmart and buy something, and I can buy something, say, from Great Life Worldwide, and there is such a huge difference in quality that you can't really do a normal price comparison on it, right? How does it make you feel ultimately too? And things like that are priceless. You can't put a monetary value on it. So that's where that's at. And we understand the business that we work in. We're working in, this is network marketing is what many of us, if you don't think that you work in it, you really do. You just don't realize it. And in a just like a regular offline retail business, it's what's called markup. Now you try to minimize that as much as possible, but I've worked on commission and commission sales. How do you think commissions are paid? So don't be afraid of selling. Don't be afraid of perception of value and starting high and working your way down, and do more listening than talking when you are presenting to people. Let them steer the ship. And then you have to be ready to overcome objections, of course. And there could be price objections. You have to be ready for that. There could be quality objections. There could be use case objections. All these things are possible. But as you know how I feel about it, and we talked about the importance of, we all can have Zoom meetings. We all can use that as a rallying point. And Chris is doing a good job getting a fella. He already has his calendar set up. I'm gonna give a brag out to Chris. He's got his calendar set up, just like I use Calendly. He's got his Zoom room, which is free. You can have Zoom for free. Calendly is pretty low cost. And he's ready to rock and roll with people in Australia to bring them into a Zoom and do a presentation. I mean, that's business. That's taking the bull by the horns. That's duplication That's doing what you're seeing real time instead of, oh, you know what? I just joined and nothing's happening. That matrix isn't growing. I'm not getting spillover. That's not how it works, friends, Facebook friends, and friends here in Zoom. It's not how it works, right? Build relationships, build know, like, and trust. Be a leader, be out there, take a chance, put yourself out there, and you'll be really glad that you did. Pillar number 4 is the comp plan. So comp plan again is very, very important. You could have similar opportunities with two different ways that the distributors or affiliates are compensated. So look at the comp plan. I like things like fast start bonuses. I like things like a matrix. I like things like binaries. I have no problem with that. Yeah, but you have to understand the comp plan. How many levels does it go? Is it unlimited to infinity? I will tell you that Got Backup and Great Life Worldwide do that. Some matrices, and I'm not going to name any programs that aren't. I'm not looking at the list because I don't think that's right. But there is something in the nutritional field that has been really popular, and it stops at level 15. Well, what about my level 16? What about my level 17? No coded bonuses to infinity? What if I'm going to run this for 10 years and I'm going to have 5,000 levels? Oh, you better bring in new people, and somehow they better fall in level in within the 15, the 15 levels or whatever manipulations that you have to do. I'd rather not worry about that. So I want to earn off the products. I think that's okay. Like I just mentioned in my earlier presentation about products and value, it's okay to earn off the products. If I want a savings wholesaler club, I'll go to Sam's Club. Okay, I'll go to Costco. This is network marketing, multi-level marketing. Oh, did I say a bad word? Sorry. The most lucrative pay plans in the world. So don't be apologetic about selling, but make sure you're with a company that meets all the boxes, checks all the 5 pillars. That's really the key as you go through maybe your opportunity today and you're checking and seeing if it checks all the boxes. But I want to be compensated for my efforts. And quite frankly, I want something that's a forever home, right? A forever home means I can probably, not probably, that I'm going to, but following the right formula, having all the pieces in place, like we do at Team Massive Success, that I'll be able to quit my job in a reasonable amount of time, right? I'm fortunate enough I can sit here on my couch and run a Zoom and do this. Some people aren't. So my mission statement is to help others achieve this, but we got to frame the right things. As I've hopped around. I spent 20 years in various and sundry businesses. I've always had my own ownership. I've always been an advertising list building guy. My formula has been around for over 20 years, which I took basically only into 2 different programs over that span. I don't own 1,000 programs. I own one really good one, right? That only makes the best recommendations that are out there. But I've been aligned with some shifty companies, some shady operators over my time, and I didn't know because I was maybe naive, or I fell, I got Svengali'd into being hypnotically influenced or whatnot by gurus and people that worship the sun and had all kinds of crazy stuff going on. So, but and again, I'm not naming any names. You can make your own assumptions. You can look at my history. Or people that just charged way too much, so the value just went out the window. It was just too much. You can't be spending, your 401k to get started, and have to, you got a long way to go then to get to break even. So I've made my share of mistakes or aligned with the wrong in the wrong places with the wrong people. Maybe I didn't do my due diligence, whatnot. But I've been okay. I've admitted my mistakes. I've always, improved over time and made the necessary adjustments. And it's okay for all of us. It's life too. I mean, I haven't lived a perfect life. Who has? But we found a forever home with a couple of opportunities because they met all the criteria. So it's an important thing. It was a long journey to get where I'm at today, and it's not easy out there. And I don't want you to spend 5, 10 years hopping from thing to thing. Maybe being with some for a year or two. Forever means forever. Forever means legacy. Forever means passing it on to your children so they can be the owners and operators of your business, right? And that brings me to number 5, marketing systems. I didn't have all the resources gathered that I do now, right? We have the massive success marketing system that will promote any business opportunity in the world, right? And I will customize this system. I've talked to, and many of you may be watching this, and I've had conversations with you. I'm willing to customize 6 ways to Sunday to make it work for your team. Whether you just want advertising, you don't want a marketing system, or you don't want advertising, you just want a marketing system. I can do it. It's just a matter of I need serious commitments from people if I'm going to go out and get a programmer to make some things happen for me, right? Just like we made significant investment into the auto mailer for people that are serious about free traffic and really want to pump it just constantly, because that's what you need with free traffic. But we also do paid traffic. We can get you up to 4,000 paid clicks for as low as 40 cents per. And we're talking 75 cents to $1 per click traffic that I've negotiated down through power buying over the last 3 to 4 years, maybe longer. I can't remember when I started that. And my guy is still my guy. For proprietary reasons, I don't mention it, but I say, you ready for the next revolution? Because you're going to be able to do this. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be able to do this. So we have the marketing system, the traffic. We help you design the lead capture pages. We teach you follow up. We have the opportunities. What the heck else do you need? Honestly. And if you bring your own situation in, that's fine. So that's the story, of the 5 pillars. That's where I can, and I'm with companies that have marketing systems too, and we use pieces and parts of it, but we can't forget as Team Massive Success what we do. And when we join something or get involved in something, we don't just say, oh, where's the company link? I mean, where's the company link? But did you forget about list building? Did you forget about how we put it together? We have a lead capture. We then go to the thank you page, which may then be the company link. But build your list first. Have a phone field on your lead capture page. All things that many marketers, many people listening to this aren't doing. And if you're a leader and you're having success without doing some of those things, you're still not doing your team a favor, giving them all the resources and things that they need to be successful. It's just that simple. I can't make it any more clear. So 2 things have jumped out from this downline builder, and everything's great, and there is no issues. I wouldn't endorse or put anything in here that I believe in that works and has in place. But the 2 that stand out: second place to Got Backup, meets all the criteria. Remember, I can speed dial Joel Marion. I've worked with him all the way back to GVO. I've been in Now Lifestyle. I'm a proud member of Got Backup, Team Massive Success, and it meets all the criteria. But my number 1 recommendation, just based on my own, I can only look at what I'm looking at here, right? I did not go and evaluate 10,000 opportunities, but I give you the opportunity to do that yourself on what you bring to the table. Let's not lose that fact. But meeting all 5 pillars is Great Life Worldwide. Great Life Worldwide. It's in our downline builder. It's right here. Now, if you hit it, that's fine. I got no problem with that. You may also be in a great health and wellness nutritional, but I think for the competitive reasons, you should probably check it out. You should probably see what we're doing over here, because it's really revolutionary. A company that has been around for 10 years, rebranding, but been around for 10 years, debt-free, check. Greg Gunderson, owner, met with Team Massive Success, check. Products and value, some of the finest nutritional and digital products that all marry and tie together when it comes to improving your health, your life, your physical condition, and things like that. Financial, mental, mindset. Okay, we can check products and value. Comp plan, second to none. I've not seen anything better. I'm not going to give you all the little nuts and bolts about it, but I will tell you that it pays on the products. You get fast start bonuses. It has a really robust matrix 2x16 and coded bonuses to infinity. That's my elevator pitch on the comp plan. So if you got something better, shoot me a text, shoot me a private message. Tell me where your comp plan beats this, because I don't know. I've done a lot of research in that. It fits all the opportunities that we've mentioned and presented today. So there we go. But that's our forever home now. This isn't going to go anywhere. right? I've already reached platinum level, and we just basically launched about a week or so ago. I'm a platinum level. My next level is diamond. I've got two platinums already in my team. I've got a gold and a silver. And and I'm not going to go through all the nuts and bolts of that because you may not be interested in hearing any of that. But my point is duplication as well, and excitement, and people that are just, immediately, just on cloud nine. So many people are finding their forever home. And if this is your forever home, that would be wonderful. Well, I'm not saying this is the only forever home that is out there, though. But when you find it through the five pillars and you go through that checklist, it's a feel good moment. It's a validation. And a lot of times we go through why does it take us so long to discover things sometimes? Well, that's life, right? My wife she has the greatest quote ever. She talks about things are meant for a reason. So you could take the worst thing that ever happened to you, and I bet you can draw. If you're in a pretty good place today, you could probably find a parallel way to say this has got that. I needed to do that to get where I'm at today, which leads me to my big finish. Shawshank Redemption, my favorite movie, right? One of my favorite movies. It's way up there though. It may be my favorite movie. I love the Rocky movies. I love things that are motivational, but as a complete non-sports story with layers, and you know the story, and I'm not going to give you a spoiler, or I will, because if you should have seen it, it's been out for like 25 years or whatever. But we talk about adversity. Andy Dufresne, the leading character in the movie, had to spend 20 years, a guy who was not guilty of his crime. That's pretty well established in the movie. But nobody listened, nobody cared. They locked him up 20 years. He spent 20 years chiseling with a makeshift spoon, fork, rock, made a knife or something out of stones, or I don't know what he did. He had a little thing that he chiseled, and he chiseled through the walls of his cell to get to where he needed to go, to get to the place where he then could find a tunnel and crawl through and get out of the place, right? But it took him 20 years. He had to cover the hole in the wall with a Raquel Welch poster that nobody knew about. He had to go out into the exercise yard and shake out the stones from his pants, right? Very discreetly. Didn't want to get caught. He was thrown into the solitary confinement more times, than I can even probably mention. But he didn't get demoralized. He didn't just give up. You think about the parallels in our business. Oh, that lead didn't, nobody's answering my emails. I give up, right? Think about Andy. Would Andy give up? I had somebody join Upgrade, but then they ended up downgrading. I give up. It must be a bad opportunity. I'll join something else, or I'll just quit the internet. Think about Andy. Andy wouldn't have done that. Because what Andy Dufresne did was when he got through that wall, and that took him 20 years, which is ironically how long I've been online, 20 years through that wall into that tunnel, and he had to go through a football field. It's a tunnel, the length of a football field of human waste to get to the other side, to get to the light. And the beautiful scene at the end where it's raining, there's thunder, there's lightning, and he's in like a stream or a creek, and he's washed clean, right? So when you find your forever home online, it's almost maybe like that, right? That may be a little dramatic, but that's what we do when we present in webinars. We permit, we put out dramatic content. But think about that. Forever home. I hope you find yours. I really do. But don't be like Dumb and Dumber, right? I didn't even plan this, but I just think of these things. Don't be like the fellas when the bus pulls up, and which way to the great opportunity, right? You know of a great opportunity. Yeah, there's one that way, right? Oh, no. I'm such an idiot. No, it's that way. Don't be like the fellas, right? Don't do that. You have actually things right in front of you that are your forever home. So I just hope you take advantage, or I hope you find it, or I hope you have it. And I wish you the most massive success that I can. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I thank you for watching. Again, if you're not a member of the TL2I Cash Mailer, get back to the person who invited you, or go to tl2icashmailer.com. And we'll see you next week at 11 a.m. Eastern time with our next topic. For my Facebook Live crowd, you'll still be seeing me because once I stop the recording, I'm still going to be here answering questions. And same to my live Zoom audience. Let me come back to the room here. And we just need to stop that recording.
Hey, Rob, can you hear
There
me?
it is.
This is Vicky.